Hello, welcome back to Happily Handmade. I'm Wendy and today I'm showing you some of the arty items that I've bought to use in my colouring. If I'm really honest, I didn't need them, but you know, these things wink at me and I can't resist them, so yeah, sometimes you have to, don't you? So I took, through the summer when I was off, I did take my mother to Boundary Mill, which is kind of like it's kind of like a huge department outlet place. They sell like overstock and stuff that hasn't sold elsewhere, I think, and other things as well. But for the little, they have a little craft space that I quite like having a bit of a browse. They have bargain bins and things like that that you kind of, any craft is going to have a rummage, aren't we? And yeah, they did have the Spectrum Noir flip markers, which you'll see I have opened and got them going already. And yeah, I did want to buy these when they first came out, but yeah, I didn't because of the price really. But as you can see, they were reduced in there, so yeah, that meant I couldn't resist them because they kind of, the ink in them I thought was quite similar to the Pentel dual hybrids. So there's two packs of these. As you can see, there's like a yellow, green, blue pack. Have they got names on them? They have, but they're tiny. Let me put my glasses on. I cannot read them. So yeah, sunset, moonlight, rainforest, prairie, marine and reef apparently. But yeah, I have the glitter markers that I quite like. Sorry, they will have to be still shook even though I have got them going. I have the glitter markers that I quite like. So I thought, yeah, actually I quite fancy giving these a bit of a go as well. So I think this one, have they got their names on them? This is Moonlight. I'll quickly go through them. Oh, getting them out of this plastic thing is the worst. This evil bit of plastic. Sorry for the shaking. This one is Sunset. Should have been able to guess that, shouldn't I, really? Don't know how well they're showing up today in today's light. I've got a bit of daylight, but it's... that one's escaping, but I'll shake them under the table so it's not quite as loud. This one is... what is it called? Reef? Oh, that's a nice one. But yeah, they haven't... They do seem to have a bit of glitter in. I'm not sure I think they shift as good as the dual hybrids, but yeah, they are very pretty. And for a tenner for 6, I don't think that's too bad. What was that one called? Marine, that last one. This one is Prairie. That one's about to shake. In fact, let's shake both of them. Let's do them both at once. Right, so we'll do Prairie first. That's a very nice green. Right, ink does not want to flow in this one. Now it's eating my paper a bit. There's always warning that has to be a pain. Anyways, enough that you can see what it looks like. I'll worry about its ink flow another time. That's a nice Christmassy green. What are they calling it that I've just stabbed myself in the thumb with? Rainforest. So that's the first little set that... yeah, they're nice, aren't they? I'm quite pleased with these. I do like them. And then obviously this is the kind of purpley pink set. I can't get hold of the plastic. Oh, sorry. So much plastic. Yeah, I have to get them out of the plastic. At least one out. Just getting one out isn't. Oh, they're a nightmare to get out of this thing. They're so tight in there. Secure, but maybe a bit too secure. Shake 2 at a time. Speed us up. Nebula. Work, naughty pen. today they do not want to work. Working fine when I mauled with them before, but now no. Anyway, like I say, I'll get them going properly another time. It's enough to show. Ooh, ooh, let's do two shaking at once. So this one is Eclipse, or Brown, as the rest of us know it. Oh, it doesn't want to work, this one. Oh, and now it does. Yay. And Comet. It's a pretty colour, that. Let's try it. Ooh, get the last two out. Ow. Luna. Oh, come on, why are you not working now? How annoying. This is the only trouble that bugs me with pens like these. Painty pens, they work fine. You put them on the side for a few days and then they don't. Yeah, not the best swatches ever, sorry. But enough so you can see the lovely colours of them. And when they work beautifully. Just they have been on the side. Oh, that brown is kind of like red in one direction, isn't it? And then kind of black brown in the other direction. Silver's really nice and sparkly, like that. And this green will be great for Christmas things, I think. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with them. So, yeah. Got some money off and I'm really pleased with them. They're not going to live in this plastic thing though, because this is terrible. Because I've got nails. No, I do not like the packaging. At least they've arrived safe, so I can't moan. And then the other goodies that I did get from Boundary Mill, make some room, is, yeah, I got a small pack of these once. One of the half packs that kind of half this size. That I think was a pastel. And for the life of me, it will be in one of my cupboards. But yeah, I cannot find the small little pastel one. But I've got to be honest, the pastel one was not very good. There's pastel and there's pastel, isn't there? When you're hardly making a mark on the paper. Yeah, and they kind of really put me off these. But I noticed quite a few people have been buying these lately. So when I spotted them at Boundary Mill, so they were already reduced to £10. And then 10% off that anyway, and then I also had a card to use in the store that I think was another 10% off, so I think I got 20%. So I think these cost me like £7.50 or something like that per tin. So I got they had the primaries, the essentials and the naturals, so I got them for about £7.50 ish a tin. And yeah, so that was quite good going, really, wasn't it? So as you can see, they are still in the plastic. I've not had a play with them yet, so I've just been having a root in my where is it, knocking things, my swatch book, my Ruby Charms swatch book thing, and there is a page for these, so I'm not going to do it on camera because there's loads of people swatching these, but I am just going to swatch these now and then come back to you to let you know my initial thoughts on them to begin with, I think. And then I'll carry on. But yeah, hopefully you'll have, I haven't got them all. I've just got essentials, primaries and naturals. So I'm missing florals and shades and tone. And my pastel set thing isn't actually in here. They don't have it on here. So whether the pastel thing that I had was an earlier form of these, I'm hopefully these are better. Who knows? Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I'll come back when I've swatched them and give you my initial thoughts. Okay, so I'm back, and as you can see, got bits everywhere, but you know, that's how it goes sometimes. Too much sharpening. Yeah, so yeah, there's the 3 sets that I've been swatching, and all in all, yeah, they've not gone too badly in terms of swatching. So let's have a look. Naturals is this one. I don't think I opened them all, did I, for you to see? So that's what you're getting in the naturals, and that's what it actually looks like. And as you can see, sharpened them. It's not been any problems with this tray. That one was fine. Which one's next? Essentials is this one over the other side. As you can see, I have a bit of an issue with my, which one is it? Peach. I don't sharpen it any more than that because it's just going to snap again, I think. But, you know, I can't be too critical of that. These are a reduced set that are in an outlet shop. They've been in a shop, let's be honest. Not everybody is quite as respectful as colourists are when picking up a set of coloured pencils. Who knows what's happened to it. So, all in all, I can't complain really. 1 breaking out of 3 trays that were at such a reduced rate. I think that's fair enough, isn't it? I can't complain about that at all. I think in that respect they've still been a good buy. This was obviously the middle tray. Primaries, they've all sharpened fine. Yeah, quite a strange colour order that's in my Ruby Charms swatch book. This is the artist edition that I have, but yeah, it's quite a strange. I mean, these I think are a strange selection of colours in some of these tins anyway, but yeah, this is very mixed up. Like pinks and purples are all separate. I don't quite know what's going on about the order that it has them in this book. What do I think? I think they're a bit of a mixed bag, really, these pencils. They kind of remind me of a mix between my Black Widows and maybe my Derwent Colour Softs, in that they feel, in terms of feel, somewhere between them. So they're not as crumbly as my Colour Softs. They can be very crumbly. They're not like that, but they're not as hard as the Black Widows. They kind of feel somewhere in between. These aren't as pigmented as I would have imagined, really. Even on the darkest colours, so like for example Twilight Blue out of the Essentials, when you have the pencil in your hand, this one, and you're kind of like looking at it, it's, well, you can see the barrel is very dark, and when you look at the actual pencil it's still pretty dark, but it's only, it's reflecting a little bit, isn't it? It's only really, it's quite light on there, and it doesn't really matter how much more you put down, it's not going to a colour that I would describe as twilight. I think that's more of a navy, or even a light navy, really. It's not anywhere near as dark as I would have imagined when I was picking it up. I expected it to be much darker, and I think that would be my overall sum for a lot of them, really. The pigment just, yeah, you expect something when you're picking it up and you look at the colour paint, and it wasn't quite what I expected. And a lot of the colours are very, very similar. Like the blues that I've got in the primaries are Denim, Royal and Petrol. They just kind of feel like the same blue but light, mid. I'm thinking this is supposed to be a darker one, but it's not even that far away from Royal. They felt very, very similar to me already, these two. And then when I opened the Essentials, I thought, oh great, we've got some more blues. But yeah, these feel pretty much the same to me. They don't feel like different shades of blue, really. They're very, very similar. And like I say, when we got to the Twilight, I thought, great, a really dark, heavy blue. It's really not. It's still just a slightly bit darker than that Prussian, and I think Prussian should be a bit darker. And I would say the same about the greens. I love greens. I use a lot of green. I replace my greens that I use a lot all the time. This kind of feels like all the same green, just slightly lighter, going slightly darker. It's, you know, when you think about the colour peacock green, I expected a green with a bit more blue in. Forest green, I expected a bit deeper. Viridian normally is much closer to a blue. They kind of all feel like they're in the same palette. Lake blue pretty much feels exactly the same as petrol blue, which is the same as Prussian blue. There doesn't seem to be a huge amount of colour difference between them. Even if you're trying to layer them, they just don't seem to change a bit. Fern and holly, I was quite hopeful for that, but again, there's not a huge amount of difference between them. I kind of feel like you've not got huge in a set described as naturals. I kind of felt like their pigments needed to be better in some of those. I like the colour palette. There's some good colours. I just feel they're very similar. Vivid pink, pink violet, mulberry, again, it's pretty much the same colour. There's very little colour variation between those. And then you've got the opposite. You've got the light colours that pretty much aren't making a mark on the paper. Like, obviously white you're not going to see, that's fair enough. But linen, I expected to see a bit of colour for linen. I've gone over that quite a few times. It's pretty much just the white of the paper. It's doing, that colour is doing nothing. These were pale, but at least those are usable. Sea foam, again, I thought was a bit too pale. It just needed a bit more pigmentation in it. Again, it's just basically a slightly lighter of denim blue. Denim blue needs to be darker in my mind. Snow, again, can you see anything? Just don't think you can. It's, unless you're working on a dark paper, I think that'll be the only time you're going to see snow, linen and probably sea foam. They just don't seem to show up at all. Browns I think are quite nice. At least we have got some darker browns, and I feel like they are different colours, so I'm pretty happy with that. You've got a couple of these kind of nice ochre colours. I think they're very useful, and again you've got some more different browns over this side, so browns I think they've done a good job with. Couple of nice purples and a slightly lighter one, again I think it's quite nice, but yeah, it's a bit of a mixed bag really. I kind of like the feel of them, but I think they need more pigmentation in them. That was my bottom line. I probably will get the other two to finish it off because that's who I am. I've started, so I'm going to finish, but yeah, they're not going to be a favourite pencil, I don't think, of mine. Some of the yellows I think are quite nice, they're quite good, so it's kind of hit and miss really. I'd be interested to see how these fill in the colour palette. Will there be some more darker shades? I'm not thinking there'll be darker shades in florals, can't see they're going to be darker, but maybe shades and tones, maybe that'll fill in some of the darkest palette that I need in this mix. But yeah, I was a bit disappointed with naturals in particular. I think these are quite a strange mix of colours, and I think they're a strange order in this book, so maybe it's not showing it to its best. But yeah, hit and miss. For the money, I'm pretty happy. I think I've paid the original price. Let me put them out of the way. Then I might have had a bit of an issue with them, but yeah, it's interesting to try them. I'll use them, see how they go over time. Then, what else did I get? I did get a few other bits and pieces. Let me move that out of the way, hopefully without knocking. So again, all from Boundary Mill. They've got two of these, so I'll sling one out of the way because we don't need to look at the same thing twice. Little Velvet Studio sticker book, 12 sheets. I was thinking obviously for my journal, when I'm being lazy and I don't want to do titles, these have very nice little alphabets, numbers. I'm not going to use numbers. I've realised how many numbers are in it once I got home, but there are quite a few nice sheets of really reflective little metallic letters. Over 1,000 stickers, a good chunk of which are numbers, and I'm not going to use them. But for £2.40, I was like, yep, having those. Then I got a couple of stamp bits and pieces, again for my journal. So this is a Gemini one. It's got this little, can you still see, cheeky little bear that I think you get a front version of him and your rear version. And it has this little holiday die, and the die that cuts out is the top of his little head there. So again, out of the bargain bin, £3, yeah, having it for that price. I don't think I'd have been too happy if I paid full price, because they are quite small. They're not big dies or stamps, but they've got a few little sentiments on it. You've got a little die, and you've got this cheated little bear. I thought he was quite cute. I'll put him back in another time, not while you're watching. Then I got another stamp that's got Secret Garden Collection Mystic Wood, but as you can see, I got it cheaper, so it was down to £2, but I still had my 10% card, so I got another 10% off this, so it hasn't even cost me £2. But yeah, you've got this little deer, this nice tree, a key, a couple more little sentiments. Again, I thought for the money, it's a great little bargain. And then a last one. I'm not a great user of flowers, but again, it was literally £1. So I thought for £1, I'll make use of it somewhere for £1. It's not the best stamps though. They're a bit, yeah, it's a bit thin, this stamp, I think, in comparison. But I can still get it to stamp, it's no worries. So 2 little roses and a little bit of sentiment. I think that was my last thing from Boundary Mill. Just let me check my little pile. Yes, it was. Then I've got some random things. So I got, because I've been doing my art journal, I got some large stencils from Amazon. I'll get rid of the shininess. Just because I thought I'll use them either in my colouring journal or my little art journal, but they're literally just different little simple kind of stencily bits that I could use in backgrounds on colouring pages. I could use in my journal, but I haven't really got any. It was certainly no big stencils. I think these were like £8 or something. They were, again, only cheap little pack, but yeah, I was kind of expecting them. You know, when you order them and you think they're bigger and then they turn up tiny. When I kind of ordered them, I thought, oh, they're going to turn up like they're tiny little rubbish things. But I was quite relieved when an A4 pack came. So yeah, got those. Those were cool. I like those. Then odds and sods from little strange little shops. So the Works, obviously I was in the Works getting those Fabiana books that I like a lot, and a few people have been mentioning these, and I thought, oh yeah, I'm going to give them a try. I think they're like £6 or something, these in the Works, and it's a Works own brand, so Bold Mere premium artist colour pencils. I'm going to disagree with that statement. I can see my sticky finger prints all over it, but yeah, it's a Works own brand. So yeah, so they look like this, and actually I was kind of, yeah, these won't be very good, but I thought actually if they're okay, they'd be really handy to for my students at school, because finding some cheap pencils for them that have got quite a nice colour palette is quite difficult, and obviously price really matters for them. And so I've done a little swatch, and actually, you know, I'm really quite impressed with these little things. They are so skinny. They are skinnier than my Prismas even, and I think they're the thinnest pencil I have. Can I reach a Prisma from here? No, I cannot, because they are not Prismas. Ooh. Excuse me while I'm stretching. Oh, there we go. So yeah, they're skinnier than even my Prismas, to put it into some perspective. So they are really, really thin, and they feel really thin in your hands. But their colour really quite nice. They're really quite creamy. A creamy little pencil. They layer really quite nicely, that I was really surprised at. I'm not thinking those Spectrum Noirs will layer particularly well, because they're just so waxy. Whereas these, yeah, these, look, you can keep going, keep building the colour. I'm really quite impressed with them. So yeah, if you want a really cheap little 30 set of colour pencils that you don't need to worry about too much because they're so cheap, these are a cracking little buy if you're in the UK and you want some nice little pencils. I'm really impressed with them. Haven't even sharpened them when I've done this, and they've still worked really nicely. I think the only downside is because they are so thin, the chances of these not snapping are not high. I haven't sharpened them, maybe because I'm too chicken to sharpen them, because I think that actually the core is quite thick compared to how much actual wood is around it. It's very difficult to show it. There's all core and not much wood, and so that does make me quite nervous. And this packaging is not very good either, so I have no doubt that when I start sharpening this it'll keep snapping. But I think for the money, yeah, I'm quite impressed. And yeah, a set that I'll probably recommend to students if they're asking me for a cheap little buy. Not to carry about though. And then the other thing that I did get, let me get rid of that because it's in the way. Ooh, don't fall. I did get these. I think Lily Art Journey had a set of these. Yeah, it's got this nice. Oh, hello. My set's upside down. That's not a cool way to open it. They've got this nice packaging. Mine's broken, but you know, you don't know that when you're in the shop, do you? So it has this nice packaging. We're in the drawers, but as you can just about see, or not see, yeah, there you can see, my drawer has a big crack in it. Has a big chunk out of it, which, as this was a sealed pack, this box was sealed in the shop, I've had to open it, and the little bit of plastic is not in here, so I'm thinking this crack must have happened in the factory and somebody still packed it. But yeah, you've got these little drawers that you can then pull out, the little drawers that have got the pencils in them. So I thought, I'm not going to buy all of these because obviously there are different boxes of these that have different colour palettes in. This one has that colour palette in. What are they calling it? Orange, pink, yellow this box contains. So yeah, I obviously bought the pink one because you would, wouldn't you? Well, I would. And having had a bit of a play, and I've not picked up a particularly exciting pencil, these kind of remind me of my big set of Brute Fooners, really. So I have is it 520? The big box. I have the big set of 520 Brutes, and they kind of remind me of those a little bit. They're a triangular. Can you see? Yeah, there you can. They're like a triangular pencil. But yeah, they're okay for the money. But because they remind me of my Brutes, I'm like, well, I've already got a lot of those, so I won't be getting any more of these, sadly. Although I do like these little drawers. I might take these out of here and use the drawers for something else that I do want to store right near me. But yeah, they're not a bad little buy either. As you can see, these are £8 from the lovely B&M. For those of you abroad that don't know their attractive logo, it's B&M stores in the UK. These are a Deco time box. How many are in here? 44. Can't even read. So yeah, for £8, it's not a bad little buy. And yeah, this storage is obviously a little bit nifty. I quite like it. I don't know how well it's going to have stored pencils when you're using it, when it's been in the shop and it's been bashed about, because they're still pretty rattly in there, as you can see. But yeah, it's quite a nifty little storage. Again, it's a great little starter's kit. I think if you're just getting into colouring, these aren't a bad little buy. Some good colours. Just, yeah, I don't think they're adding anything to what I already have, so I'm resisting the temptation to get any more. And thank goodness that is all of my coloured pencils this month, because I certainly didn't need any more. But the one last thing that I did get was another little order from the lovely Craftelier shop. So yeah, this was my second order from Craftelier. So I got some in the summer, and then it does take a while for it to arrive from, I think it's coming from Spain, I might be wrong. But yeah, they had some good bargains in the sale, and my other stuff arrived, so bought some more, like you do, of things. So yeah, got some goodies from Craftelier. So I got essential stamp. So basically this is just literally a little gridded stamp. In fact, let me move this box out of the way because it's just becoming annoying. Ooh. Hold on while I knock everything over. Oh. There we go. So yeah, that's a bit easier to show. So it's literally just a little gridded stamp. So I thought if I want to have some little tick boxes in my journal or something like that, that would be really handy. And then I did get some other little stamps. Oh, this packaging is fighting back. So I've got, because I've been doing my kind of my own swatch sheets for things, I've been keeping an eye out for any brushes and palettes and paint brushes that I want to sample to do some swatch sheets with. So yeah, I got this little clear stamp from there as well. Don't know if there's a brand on it. Is that the brand? P13? I do not know. Made in Poland by the look of it. So I got that I really like. And then the last little stamp sheet that I got was this cute little bug one. The Emporium Premium Collection Clear Stamps by Consortium Craft Consortium, I think it is. But yeah, I thought these were quite cute little bugs. Always like a bee stamp. And then it's got some other little bugs in it as well that I thought was quite cute. Then, as you might have noticed, I have got in my lovely box some Kueleros. So I didn't own, oh, this box is driving me nuts, I can't reach into it. I didn't own any Kueleros at all. I've never had any, never tried any. Stamps out of the way because they're going to get knocked as well. So I thought, oh, I'm going to get some because these were on offer in the sale. So I think they were £19 in the sale, and normally these are about 26, sometimes more than that depending which set you go for. So I got Magical Creatures, which, oh, hello, come out. Oh, I've got a little holographic stamp. I'll leave that out of the way. So Magical Creatures has Sphinx, Unicorn, Mermaid, Fairy, Medusa and Dragon, and it looks like this. Let's have that horrible bit of card out. You can come out. And looks like this. Oh, they're so pretty. Lovely. And then I got Vibrant because I do like a bit of colour. Can't lie, I do like strong colour. Can't get in it. Oh, come on, you know you want to open. So this one has Vibrant Yellow, Vibrant Orange, Vibrant Pink, Vibrant Purple, Vibrant Blue and Vibrant Green, and looks like, oh, this is a bit of a naff card in as well. Get out. We don't want you. Looks like that. They also look pretty lovely, don't they? Oh, I'm quite pleased with those. And yeah, and then I bought a couple of random ones extra. So I got Supernova. Been dying to have a look at them all with these. Been winking at me in the corner in the pile, and I was like, no, can't film yet, I've not got time. You'll have to wait. Oh, stop sticking to me and come out. There we go. Okay, so that was Supernova. Looks cute. Put it there. I got Apple Green. Curious to see how this looks with the Vibrant Green, what the difference is. Oh yeah, it is quite different. So it's kind of a yellowy green, I think. It's quite different to that, isn't it? Apple Green. And then finally, because everybody always talks about it, Stardust. So this one does not want to open. Oh, they're finally in. Oh, now I'm dropping it. That's not cool. So yeah, a bit of Stardust. And we'll see. And then finally, because I thought, oh, it's going to do my head in having those loose ones. I don't want loose ones. So I also got, yeah, I got this big case for them. So can't get in it, but I got this big case. Hold on, excuse me while I open it. Ugh. There we go. So I think this takes 22 from memory. I'm not telling lies. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11. Yeah, 22. I'm not lying. So yeah, these should just pop in, I think, don't they? So yeah, I'm quite pleased to have a play with these because I've not, up to now, had any Kueleros. Obviously, I've made my own paint, and I've made quite a lot of my own paint, but yeah, I've not tried Kuelero. Obviously, it's a big brand. Lots of people use it. They look beautiful. Let's be honest, that just looks amazing. Really beautiful. So yeah, I was quite interested to give it a go. So I've done a little swatch sheet for these. So yeah, I'm going to have a go and see what they're like. But I'm just going to pop them all into my little tray first. and then I'm going to do a quick swatch at them. So hold fire a sec, I'm just going to put them in my tray. Okay, so I'm a bit more organised. So yeah, I've got my paints in my nice little tin now. Oh, and look, some excuse to buy some more. Not yet. Not yet. And then I've left these here so I don't get the wrong ones. And then I've made myself a little swatch sheet. So I've literally just basically searched for a paintbrush outline on the internet, and just on a PowerPoint sheet just copied and pasted it. So I've got lots of paintbrushes, and then I printed it on my laser so that hopefully it doesn't run, although it does feel a little bit dusty, so sometimes my laser doesn't seem to get hot enough to seal the toner. And then I've literally just wet these before I've switched the camera back on, and yeah, hopefully finally get to have a play with these. I'll see how they are, so I'll probably bung you on fast forward because this is a bit time consuming, isn't it? And I'm sure you've all seen Kuelero paints before. It's only me that's getting myself so excited about it. But yeah, I'll zoom you into my actual sheet if I can. So you can see them a little bit if you want to. But yeah, I'll fast forward you, and hopefully you can see what my sheet looks like at the end. Okay, so yeah, there are all my lovely Kuelero colours. So this set is the Vibrance all the way down to the green, and then that Stardust is one of those that I bought separately. And then Magical Creatures, yeah, quite strange colours, aren't they, Magical Creatures? I'm not sure about Medusa. It's pretty dark, isn't it, that? Dragon, I think, is really lovely. And then the two, again, the other two loose ones that I got, Supernova and Apple Green. I like the Apple Green. Yeah, I'm really pleased with them. They look beautiful, let's be honest. And yeah, I'm really pleased with the swatches. And that is, thankfully, every bit of arty things that I've bought over the last, well, I think it's over a few months really, because these did, I think these arrived in the holidays, maybe I might have ordered them in July and they've arrived in August, and here we are in October and I'm finally filming them. They've been on the corner of my shelf waiting for me to make a swatch sheet for them and organise myself to video and all of that. Yeah, and I've been dying to use them for ages, and I didn't dare until I'd done this. So yeah, I can use them now and everything because they're so beautiful. Yeah, I'm well pleased with those. So thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you've seen something that you perhaps enjoyed seeing. Thank you very much. Hope you're enjoying your colouring. Bye bye.